Hello, Citizens fans. Welcome to your Manchester City news channel, the place where you stay up to date with everything happening at our beloved club. Before we dive into the latest updates, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any news about Pep Guardiola's team. Today we'll discuss signings, strategic planning, and the future of rising stars like James McAtee. So grab your popcorn, get comfortable, and let's get started. Manchester City's inconsistent start to the season has raised questions about the current squad's ability to maintain dominance in domestic and international competitions. With only one win in their last 10 games, Guardiola faces challenges similar to those Sir Alex Ferguson overcame during his historic rebuilds at Manchester United. Central to these discussions is the arrival of Hugo Viana'S, Sporting Lisbon's sporting director, who is set to replace Quique Begiristain in leading City's strategy. Viana is far from a random choice. He is widely recognized for his talent in identifying players and building competitive squads. While his arrival is scheduled for next summer, rumors suggest that Manchester City is eager to expedite his move. The club has reportedly explored an agreement with Sporting to bring him in before the end of this season. The reason is clear. Guardiola needs to begin planning a rebuild that meets the demands of modern football and the expectations of the board and fans. A midfield overhaul is already being discussed as a top priority. While Pep has invested in fullbacks in previous seasons, he is now expected to shift his focus towards creating a midfield that ensures balance and creativity. Viana'S experience with strategic projects and his forward-thinking approach are seen as crucial to City's continued success. But is it worth fast-tracking this transition? Share your thoughts in the comments below. One of City's biggest concerns this season has been a lack of offensive power. Aside from the exceptional performance of Erling Haaland, who has already scored 18 goals in 22 games, the rest of the squad has struggled to contribute, with no other player surpassing 3 goals. Enter Nico Williams, a young star from Athletic Bilbao. At just 22 years old, Williams proved his worth last season, contributing 8 goals and an impressive 19 assists in 37 matches. Additionally, he played a key role in Spain's Euro 2024 triumph, showcasing his ability to shine on the biggest stages. Although Barcelona expressed interest in the past, the Catalan club now seems to be exploring alternatives to replace Robert Lewandowski. This opens the door for Manchester City, which could be the ideal destination for Williams. However, a January transfer seems unlikely, as the player remains focused on helping Athletic Bilbao reach the Europa League final. Even so, City's management sees Nico Williams as the perfect player to revitalize their attack and bring more dynamism to Guardiola's offensive options. But is it worth waiting until summer, or should City try to secure him immediately? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Another challenge for Manchester City this season has been finding space for James McAtee, one of the club's most talented prospects. Despite the team's recent dip in form, McAtee has received very few opportunities under Pep Guardiola. At just 22 years old, McAtee is at a crucial stage in his career. He needs regular playing time to develop his full potential. Yet, even with a tight schedule and players struggling with fatigue, he has remained an unused substitute in several key matches. Reports indicate that McAtee is considering a January exit, with clubs such as Crystal Palace, West Ham, and Bayer Leverkusen monitoring his situation. While he hasn't officially pushed for a transfer, the lack of opportunities may force him to seek a fresh start. But is leaving City the best decision for McAtee, or is Guardiola being cautious, waiting for the right moment to give him a chance? This is a question that divides fans and experts alike. Rodri's absence has exposed a weakness in Manchester City's midfield. The lack of energy and depth in the area is a problem that needs addressing urgently. 2 names have emerged as potential reinforcements: Martin Zubimendi of Real Sociedad and Ederson from Atalanta. Zubimendi is regarded as one of Europe's most promising midfielders, but he appears hesitant to leave Real Sociedad mid-season. He is reportedly concerned about becoming just a backup for Rodri, which could delay any move until the summer. Ederson, on the other hand, is a cornerstone of Atalanta and faces a different challenge. The Italian side is leading Serie A and is reluctant to lose such an important player at this stage. However, Manchester City's interest is seen as a factor that could influence negotiations. Convincing either player to join City in January will be a challenge. But for Guardiola, strengthening the midfield is essential to ensure the team's competitiveness on all fronts. the arrival of Hugo Viana, and the pursuit of players such as Nico Williams, Martin Zubimendi, and Ederson reflect Manchester City's commitment to staying at the pinnacle of world football. However, managing a squad filled with stars and promising talents also presents significant challenges. A clear example of this is the situation of James McAtee, a young player full of talent but with limited opportunities in the first team. McAtee's case highlights a recurring issue at Manchester City under Pep Guardiola: how to balance the integration of young prospects and experienced players amid a grueling schedule. The Catalan manager has always emphasized the importance of long-term planning, but the pressure for immediate results can complicate the inclusion of less experienced players. With the potential arrival of new signings and the departure of key figures like Txiki Begiristain, Hugo Viana'S role becomes even more significant. His experience at Sporting Lisbon will be crucial in implementing a management model that not only prioritizes big signings, but also values the development of homegrown talent. The speculation surrounding Nico Williams isn't just about adding another name to the squad, it's about redefining the dynamics of Manchester City's attack. The current reliance on Erling Haaland, who has already scored an impressive 18 goals in 22 matches this season, underscores the need to diversify offensive options. With his playmaking ability and remarkable speed, Nico Williams could become the perfect complement to Haaland while increasing competition for places in the attack. His arrival could have an immediate impact, but fans must also consider the adaptation challenges young players face when transitioning to an elite club like City. Another important factor is the timing of the transfer. While many believe it would be ideal to wait until the summer, others argue for a move in January to begin the integration process as soon as possible. This decision will also depend on City's performance over the coming months and their position in ongoing competitions. Regardless of who is signed or when these players arrive, it is evident that Manchester City is preparing for a major transformation. Pep Guardiola knows that maintaining a dominant squad requires more than just high-profile signings. It is essential to strike a balance between young prospects like McAtee and established stars such as Haaland and De Bruyne. In this context, Hugo Viana'S early arrival could prove crucial. In addition to bringing a fresh perspective to squad management, he will face the task of facilitating the transition to a new phase for the club, ensuring that Manchester City remains one of the most feared teams in the world. In the meantime, the immediate focus remains on this season's competitions. Guardiola and his team understand that every match is an opportunity to improve, adjust strategies, and recover the consistency that has been the hallmark of the team in recent years. Although recent focus has been on the attack, it is essential for Manchester City to evaluate other areas of the pitch. The defense, for example, has been a constant concern, especially when key players such as Ruben Dias or John Stones face injuries. The departure of Aymeric Laporte at the start of the season reduced options in the back line, and while players like Josko Gvardiol have adapted well, defensive consistency remains a challenge. Additionally, the midfield is undergoing a period of transition, with Kevin De Bruyne nearing the end of his career and Ilkay Gundogan already transferred to Barcelona. City needs to ensure there is enough depth and quality to maintain the tactical control that defines Guardiola's style. The pursuit of players like Martin Zubimendi reflects this necessity, but his signing may face financial obstacles and competition from other European giants. Traditionally, the January transfer window is not known for major signings, but Manchester City could be an exception. Guardiola understands that the demands of competing on multiple fronts, the Premier League, Champions League, and domestic cups, require a prepared and versatile squad. As a result, there are rumors that the club is considering a few surprises for January. In addition to Nico Williams, names like Florian Wirtz from Bayer Leverkusen and Josip Sutalo from Dinamo Zagreb are being monitored. While Wirtz could provide creativity in midfield, Sutalo would be a solution to strengthen the defense. This pragmatic approach is not new for City, which historically prioritizes strategic signings rather than simply accumulating stars. Hugo Viana will play a crucial role in identifying talents that fit the team's playing style and can deliver results in the short and long term. Despite all these plans, Manchester City is under pressure. After an inconsistent start to the season, fans are eager to see the team return to the form that secured the historic treble last season. This pressure is not only on Guardiola, but also on the squad, which needs to demonstrate resilience and consistency on the pitch. One of City's biggest challenges this season is facing opponents that have strengthened significantly. Teams like Arsenal, Liverpool, and Tottenham are competing at a high level, while Newcastle is establishing itself as an emerging force in the Premier League. This means every point matters, and City must make the most of its opportunities to strengthen the squad and improve performances. The potential arrival of Hugo Viana and the renewal of the squad are just parts of a larger plan, ensuring that Pep Guardiola's legacy remains alive even after his eventual departure. With his contract running until 2025, there is speculation about the Catalan manager's future. Some believe he may seek new challenges away from the Etihad Stadium, while others trust he still has much to offer the club. Regardless of his decision, Guardiola's work has already transformed Manchester City into one of the greatest teams in the world, redefining what it means to play offensive and dominant football. The continuity of this project will depend not only on signings, but also on how the club manages the transition to a new era. For fans, the moment is one of anticipation and hope. Manchester City is known for being a club that spares no effort to achieve its goals, and the coming weeks will be crucial in determining the direction of the season. Expectations are high, but the team's recent track record shows it is more than ready to face the challenges ahead. And what about you, City fan? What is your vision for the future of the club? Is Hugo Viana the right choice to lead this new phase? Which players do you think should be a priority in the market? Share your thoughts in the comments and join this exciting discussion.